Looking at your satchel, you decide to keep the ring tucked away instead of placing it on your finger. Reginald Einmeijer is too mysterious a figure to trust him quite yet. You look at Melanie. "How are you doing?" you ask. Melanie seems to be well, which is quite peculiar seeing as she was unconscious just a few hours ago. "I'm quite well now. The wound itself was quite shallow. It was the poison on the Sisters of Misery needle blades. It induces sleep and then kills its victim, so it is a good thing you got me to Bellum, the druid, when you did." Melanie looks at you and sounds more sentimental. "Thank you for bringing me here. Not only that, but helping me out of the coven, and even in defying Lorraine's orders to kill me. It really means a lot. I'd quite literally be dead if you hadn't done all of those things." This is a big change in the Melanie from last night, who was cold and distant. "Yes, you're welcome," you say simply and a little awkwardly. A few seconds of silence pass, and you look at your satchel. "Melanie, I feel it best that you know that I do have a ring that seems to be connected to the power of the necklace that Lorraine had," you say, opening your satchel for her to take a look. "Yes, I noticed when Lorraine used human manipulation magic on you to force you to give her the ring," Melanie says. You think back to that time and remember the feeling of complete submission that took over your mind. "Well, I feel you should know about it just in case something were to happen," you say matter-of-factly. "I appreciate the honesty. I don't know where on this earth you would find such a thing, but it's better you have it than Lorraine," Melanie says lightly. "But besides the point, you've got a lot of questions now, and after what you've done for me, I owe you to answer them the best I can," Melanie says. "Yes, I'd like to know what was going to happen to me if you and I ended up going on that errand run for Lorraine," you say with no hesitation. Melanie goes silent for a moment. "You'd be dead," she says coldly. "There's a creature in the swamp called a Bogworm that spits a highly acidic liquid onto its dead victims to soften them up for consumption. What Lorraine wanted me to do was tell you to check the mud pots south of the coven for roots and wait until the Bogworm had killed you. While the acid was on your body, I was to collect the acid for use in a brew that Lorraine wanted to concoct. I hated the idea, but was unsure how I could defy orders from her at the time." Melanie looks at the floor after telling you this. You realize that Sister Emma wasn't just close to correct on her assumptions of what Lorraine planned to do to you. She was dead on. Lorraine really did want to kill you. Whether she simply needed someone to use as prey for the Bogworm or she personally wanted you dead at the time is beyond you. But after what you and Melanie did to her last night, you can guess which one it is now. "Well, I'm not sure what to say. It's a lot to take in. Is that why you stole the necklace?" you ask Melanie, trying to remain calm with such a large load of information. "No, the plot to steal the necklace had been something myself, and a few other witches had been planning for a couple of weeks. Whatever or whoever is in that necklace was corrupting Lorraine. It was as if they were telling her every single move to make, and for some reason Lorraine obeyed. When you found me, I was supposed to pass the necklace off to another witch that was supposed to leave the coven that night, but she never showed up at the rendezvous point. She either got cold feet or Lorraine found out about what she was planning to do." You think of Cicely Einmeijer. Everything Melanie just said checks out. Cicely even said just barely that she sees the future and tries to force others who wear the necklace to do her bidding. While these answers from Melanie are helpful, they still leave a lot to the imagination. Melanie speaks again. "With this information, you know that I was associated in a plot that would have led to your death, so I understand if you wish for me to leave you. But at the same time, I no longer have a coven for the first time since I was a child, and no direction. If you wished for me to accompany you in whatever you are doing, I would be happy to as repayment for not only allowing me to live, but being the reason I am still alive now. That being said, no matter what you choose, I will restore your memory to the best state I can as a thank you, and because I promised to help. What will you do? Tell Melanie to leave or ask her to accompany you in your adventure. The choice is up to you. Leave your choice in the comments below and let your voice be heard. Until the next episode, have a fantastic day.